What's going on, people of the internet? My name, of course, is Panther. Welcome back to the channel once again. Today, we are going to be ranking every single perk in Call of Duty Zombies. This is going to be just Treyarch, and there are some overlaps in Black Ops 4 perks versus the original perk system that we had in World at War all the way through Black Ops 3, but there are some perks that are different enough to be classified as their own, so this isn't going to be every single perk in existence because Electric Burst and Electric Cherry are relatively the same thing. That's pretty much just the example I'm going for. But things like Widow's Wine and Winter's Wail are different enough to be their own different perks. So there are 27 perks in total that we will be ranking, and again, this is my opinion. So if you disagree, don't be a dick, just post down in the comments below what you think. I want to give a quick shout out to my friend Sebastian who came up with the idea, and without further ado, let's just get right into this. Coming in dead last, we have Death Perception. Now there is absolutely no reason that you would ever use this perk. Even for new players, it's terrible. It only allows you to see zombies and enemies through walls, but you have to be pretty close to them in order to actually notice that they are there. It really doesn't do any good for you, and ultimately it's just a bad, terrible perk. Most people should just assume there might be a zombie around this corner or through this doorway. That's just a fair assumption. If there's not a zombie, great. If there is a zombie, well, you were prepared. You don't need to see it, just assume it. It's absolutely terrible, no reason to use it, and it comes in dead last. Coming in at number 26, we have Who's Who. Now this perk is also absolutely terrible, and there is no reason why you should take this perk. I would just much rather take Quick Revive than Who's Who. Who's Who will basically let you go down, and then when you go down, you are instantly picked back up in a purgatory type state where you have to revive yourself. The issue is you are given only 2 hits to go down, and you're only giving an M1911. Why? Why? There is no point in using this perk. Most of the time you're going to be spawning next to zombies anyways, and again, you only have 2 shots to down, and then you're dead. That's it. Terrible, terrible perk on a terrible, terrible map. No reason to use Who's Who. Absolutely garbage perk. Coming in at number 25, we have Tombstone. Now, yes, of course, this is expected to be near the bottom of the list. Tombstone is pretty bad. It basically is only on multiplayer zombies, and it's only on transit and town, and really the only reason that you would do this is to manipulate the system to get more than 4 perks. But what Tombstone allows you to do is if you go down and you completely bleed out, you are allowed to pick up your little Tombstone drop, and it gives you your weapons back and also the perks that you had minus Tombstone. Now again, the only reason that you would use this is to use more than 4 perks. So you would get 3 perks, get Tombstone, go down, and then get 2 other perks that you didn't have, and then go and pick up your Tombstone drop. But this is in Black Ops 2, where really all of you need is Jug, Quick Revive, Double Tap, maybe Stamina or Speed Cola. It doesn't really matter. Next up, we have Deadshot. Now, Deadshot basically will just allow you to lock onto the zombies' heads, and it gives you a tiny bit tighter of a hip fire spread. So ultimately, it's pretty pointless. If you're bad at aiming, I guess Deadshot might work. It's good for camping, but with how zombie maps are nowadays, you're mostly going to be running around and training or running around and using traps. Who on Mob of the Dead chooses Deadshot instead of any of the other 4 perks? I'm going to say 99% of the time when you're playing Mob of the Dead, you're choosing Jug, Electric Cherry, Speed Cola, and Double Tap. If you choose Deadshot on Mob of the Dead, who are you, and can you get off my planet, please? Coming in at number 23, we have Blaze Phase. Now, the idea for this perk is actually pretty interesting, but in theory and in use, it's actually pretty terrible. So if you crouch, you build up a charge, and then you release the crouch, and it sends you shooting forward. It's kind of like the rocket shield mechanic in Black Ops 3, but again, it's kind of just a niche perk, and it's more of like a fun and enjoyable type perk rather than actual usefulness. And that's what this is going off of, is usefulness. Blaze Phase is cool in theory, but again, in actual gameplay, it's not going to do you a whole good, because when you're crouching, zombies are going to attack you because they run so much faster than you, especially in Black Ops 4 when they have the super sprinters. Blaze Phase is cool, I guess, but not very useful. Coming in at number 22, we have Secret Sauce. Now, Secret Sauce can kind of be fun. It basically will just give you a random perk that you don't have in your created class, and it's cool if you're just kind of playing a random game and you're just like, hey, let's see what I get. It's kind of like spinning the box, but for your perks. It's great and all, but I mean, there's not really a whole point to use it. Just kind of pick the perks that you want rather than going all random. Coming in at number 21, we have Bandolier Bandit. Now, this is basically Ammo-matic, just in its current form. Now, Bandolier Bandit will basically just give you more ammo. that's it. That's really all that it's going to do for you. It's not really going to do anything else. And personally, I just wouldn't take it because you have things like max ammos. You can just buy ammo from wall weapons. Depending on the maps, you just have like an infinite array of ammo, just depending on exactly how you're playing. You have gobble gums or elixirs in Black Ops 4. So Bandolier Bandit, while cool, it gives you more ammo, kind of pointless, and I would much rather take any other perk. Coming in at number 20, we have Zombshell. Now, again, in theory, this is a cool sounding perk. It basically will explode the zombies and it will damage the other ones. And then if you have it as your modifier, it will basically give you the Vulture VIII green mist to where you can stand in it and zombies will completely ignore you. But other than that, it's pretty pointless. If you don't have it in your modifier, it's really not going to do anything for you. Coming in at number 19, we have Double Tap 1. And now Double Tap 1 is basically the World at War version and then the Black Ops 1 version. Black Ops 2 and forward, we got Double Tap 2.0 minus Black Ops 4, but what can you do about Black Ops 4? Basically, Double Tap 1 just increases your fire rate. It doesn't do anything else other than increasing your fire rate. Now, again, on the World at War versions of the maps, it's great because you only had the 4 perks to choose from. But in Black Ops 1, we started getting more perks. And in Ascension, double tap isn't even an option. So depending on what map you're playing, in Black Ops 1, I really just do not choose double tap 1. I will go for something else like Stamina Up or PhD Flopper. Again, all it does is just increase your rate of fire, and it could possibly make you waste ammo. Coming in at number 18, we have Mule Kick. Now, Mule Kick can definitely be used for camping. It basically just allows you to take an extra gun. But a lot of the times what happens with Mule Kick is you forget what your extra gun is and you go down and then suddenly you've lost the wonder weapon of the map, or you're trying to quickly switch to a power weapon because you're trapped in a corner, but oh wait, you have to hit triangle or Y multiple times in order to pull out that weapon, and by the time it does pull out, you're already dead. Mule Kick, again, is nice for camping because you just have more ammo and more guns, so that's great. But in any other situation, you're kind of screwed if you use Mule Kick. Coming in at number 17, we have Electric Cherry. Now, Electric Cherry is great because it stuns the zombies whenever you are reloading, and it gives you a couple of extra seconds to breathe. But the Electric Burst doesn't really damage the zombies, and the stun is really only a few seconds. It's not going to save you in a life or death situation, but it is going to give you a little bit of wiggle room. However, Electric Burst, when paired with a couple of other perks and some modifiers, well, then it can be pretty damaging, but that's only in Black Ops 4, and again, it's paired with specific perks and a specific setup in order to get that overpower, so it's not really going to benefit much. So again, Electric Cherry is cool, but it's not going to save you in a life or death situation. It's just going to give you a little bit extra time. Coming in at number 16, we have Winter's Wail. Now again, Winter's Wail is different from Widow's Wine, so I'm going to classify it as its own perk. Now Winter's Wail basically freezes the zombies that are around you whenever one hits you when you're down to 100 health. The only issue is it only triggers once you're down to 100 health, so at that point you only have 2 more hits until you're down. Then once the one zombie hits you to trigger Winter's Wail, you are down to 50 health, so you're basically one shot away from death. So while yes, it is going to freeze all of the zombies around you, it's not going to really benefit you a whole lot because you have to be super careful that there's no zombies in front of you or any type of enemy that's going to blast you from long range like those spitting Nova Crawlers. Winter's Wail definitely will help you in a lot of situations, but it's not going to completely save you in all of the situations that you want it to. Next up, we have Vulture VIII. Vulture VIII is a pretty cool perk, but it's not really as good as many people say it is, in my opinion. Basically, Vulture VIII will allow you to get some extra points when you kill zombies, some extra ammo, or it will give you a green mist option that you can stand in to where the zombies will completely ignore you. Now, it's pretty cool because you can kill a zombie and again, it will drop some ammo for you, or it will drop like 5 to 10 extra points, and that's pretty nice, but the main appeal of Vulture VIII is the fact that you can stand in the mist and zombies will ignore you. Another cool thing is that it will allow you to see perks and weapons and the mystery box through walls so you can always know where those items are. But if you're an experienced player, you already know where everything is, so it's kind of pointless. Again, Vulture VIII is pretty nice and it is a very unique perk, but it's not the most useful. Coming in at number 14, we have Blood Wolf Bite. I actually really enjoy this perk, but I can't put it any higher because it's not as useful as these next ones we have coming up. Basically, it will give you a wolf spawn when you kill zombies and the wolf will start attacking zombies for you. It's kind of similar to Riley from Ghost, but in zombies. It's pretty cool and pretty nifty. Luna is pretty badass, and it's great that a dog will just basically kill zombies for you. It's pretty awesome, very unique, and the dog actually does last quite a while. It has a slower recharge, but when Luna does come, dude, she absolutely tears the zombies apart. Great perk, but again, not as useful as the ones that we have coming up, so comes in at number 14. Coming in at number 13, we have Stone Cold Stronghold. This perk is actually pretty cool. It is the camper's dream. So basically, if you stand in an area long enough, it will emit a circle around you, and as long as you are standing in that circle, you will deal more damage to the zombies. Absolutely perfect. You don't need any kind of further explanation. That is all you need. Great perk, especially for camping. I don't camp a whole lot, but it is great for those who do, especially the classified strategy, you know, getting to around 150, camping at the shield spot, just shooting the zombies with the shield gun. Yeah, Stone Cold Stronghold, definitely useful. Coming in at number 12, we have Time Slip. Time Slip basically will just decrease the time that everything else has to recharge. So your elixirs, any perks that are on a cooldown, your grenades, special weapons, whatever you want to call it, all of that will basically go by much quicker, so you don't have to wait as long to use those. It even speeds up the box and pack-a-punch, so you're not sitting there kind of just out in the open for zombies to attack you. You can just quickly hit them and grab your weapon and go. Very useful perk. I'm really always running Time Slip for the most part, especially in the modifier because it speeds it up even more. So it's just a great perk all around, especially because Black Ops 4 is mainly just cooldown based. So speeding up those cooldowns definitely helps your game. Coming in at number 11, we have PhD Slider. Now, PhD Slider and PhD Flopper are different enough again that I'm going to be categorizing them as separate perks. PhD Slider is nice because it will again give you explosive resistance, which is great because the Helion Savo is basically the wonder weapon of every single map on Black Ops 4. And it's also essentially banana colada to where you can slide into a group of zombies and they'll just explode. Now, it doesn't instantly kill them, and I believe it does have a cutoff, so it's not going to always insta-kill a zombie, but it is pretty nice. The only problem is you have to basically recharge it. So once you use the explosive, you have to basically slide all over the map in order to just recharge it. It's not terribly long to recharge it, but it can be a little bit risky if that's really what you're focusing on. So again, it's a great perk, but it's not necessarily top tier in my opinion. Coming in at number 10, we have Speed Cola. Pretty simple and straightforward. It basically will just reload your weapon much faster, and I think that's a bit more useful than Electric Cherry, because if you can reload your weapon faster, you have a better shot of firing off a life-saving shot rather than waiting for the zombies to be stunned so you can maybe slip through a crack in between them. Speed Cola is great. It's one of the OG 4 perks, and it still stands as a top tier perk to this day. Coming in at number 9, we actually have Ethereal Razor. I put it up this high mainly because I am always using the Bowie knife or whatever kind of melee damage you can get, and this perk really helps you out. It is a one-shot to some incredibly high rounds that you just really wouldn't assume, and for me personally, it has saved me loads of times. If I'm running a train and suddenly there's a zombie in my way, I know I have Ethereal Razor and I can just quickly melee that zombie, and he's just gone and dead. He's not going to be a problem at all. So personally, I love this perk. It may not deserve to be up this high, but for me personally, absolutely love it, and I will run it on a good portion of my Black Ops 4 games. Next up, we have Quick Revive. Good, plain, simple Quick Revive. Quick Revive is great, not necessarily in multiplayer unless you have some really bad teammates, but in solo it's absolutely imperative that you have, because if you go down, that's it. If you don't have Quick Revive, you're done and your game is over. But if you have Quick Revive, you do have the chance to get back up and you can continue playing your game. And in Black Ops 4, it's also really good, and I use it on almost every single class because it will just allow your health to recharge much quicker, which is very important on some of those more stressful maps. Overall, Quick Revive in both of its senses are absolutely incredible and must-have perks. Coming in at number 7, we have Double Tap 2.0. Now, this was introduced back in Black Ops 2, and since then, Double Tap 2 has just been a staple to zombies. Basically, it will take the original usage of Double Tap 1, where it just increases your fire rate, but also shoots 2 bullets at a time without taking 2 bullets from your inventory. So basically, you're getting double the damage and about a 35% increase of your fire rate. That's pretty awesome, actually. It's very useful, and guns like the AN-94 with Double Tap 2.0 just absolutely shred through the zombies. Incredible perk, not much else to say about it. Coming in at number 6, we have Stamina Up. Now, personally, I am a trainer. I love to run around the zombies, so Stamina Up is perfect. It gives you an increased speed and also will allow you to sprint for much longer. There's really nothing to say. As long as you can outrun the zombies, that's really all that you need to do. And in Black Ops 4 with those super sprinters, Stamina Up is a must. have. I absolutely love it, and it also helps you get around the map much quicker so you can complete your task a lot quicker as well if you have stamina. Overall, just an absolutely amazing and incredible perk. Coming in at number 5, we have PhD Flopper. Now, PhD Flopper again will give you explosive damage resistance to the player, and also when you jump off of a high area and dolphin dive, you will flop and explode all over the zombies. It's actually a great perk, and Treyarch really just loves teasing us. It's definitely an overpowered perk for sure, and my absolute favorite setup is Shangri-La with the Mustang and Sally and PhD Flopper. Such a tight map, and just being able to have no worries at all where you're shooting the zombies with the Mustang and Sally, it's just absolutely needed. There aren't as many places that you can flop as I would like there to be, but again, it's a pretty overpowered perk, so I do understand the reason as to why. Overall, PhD Flopper is just incredible, and because it's mainly on Black Ops 1, there aren't really a whole lot of other perk choices that you have, so honestly, if you have the chance to get PhD Flopper and you're rocking an explosive weapon, I would go ahead and go for it. I mean, in Black Ops 1, you got the Mustang and Sally, the Scavenger, the crossbow. There's a whole lot of explosive weapons that will really help you out, and just having that resistance is perfect. Coming in at number 4, we have Widow's Wine. Now again, Widow's Wine is essentially Winter's Wail from earlier, but this actually is a lot better in my opinion. This one doesn't wait until you are going to die to activate, it will just activate as long as you have grenades in your arsenal. I think this is actually great, and it will also give you an increased melee damage as well. So Widow's Wine really will just save you. In some scenarios, yes, I may not want it because I'm really wanting to make sure that the zombies don't die around me, and if one accidentally hits me, that's going to cause some problems, but this is definitely a good replacement for Jug. If you're doing a no Jug challenge, you definitely want to get Widow's Wine because it's going to help you. Again, this perk will just work instantly. As long as you have grenades in your slot, it doesn't matter how much damage you've previously taken, it will just stun all of the zombies around you that hit you. So if you have full health and one zombie hits you and there are 3 others, it's going to stun those zombies and you're not going to have to worry about getting hit again and possibly going down. Widow's Wine is a life-saving perk, and I do understand why they nerfed it, but again, just a tremendously good perk. It's definitely deserving of its top 5 spot. Coming in at number 3, we have Victorious Tortoise. This is an incredible perk. So essentially, as long as you have your shield out, you as a person will not take any damage. It will all go to your shield. So this is a great life-saving perk. If you are down to 50 health and you just quickly pull out your shield and you have Victorious Tortoise, you know you're going to be safe for as long as you have the shield. Once it breaks, you may be a little bit in trouble, but it does have an explosive radius, so if the shield does break, all the zombies around you will go kaboom, and you're pretty much good. This is a great life-saving perk, absolutely a necessity on any Black Ops 4 map. You should always be rocking this in my opinion. It's just perfect, and it's going to save your life in so many different scenarios. Coming in at number 2, we have Dying Wish. This is also an incredible perk. It basically just gives you an entire new extra life without needing to go down like Quick Revive. So basically, if you have Dying Wish and it's fully charged up, this one is on a timer, and the timer is pretty long. But as long as you have Dying Wish and you go down, Dying Wish will activate and you have a few seconds of invulnerability. You also have increased melee damage, where the melee damage isn't going to do a whole lot for you. Those extra seconds of just pure invulnerability, well, you can just sit there, kind of breathe a little bit, make sure all of the zombies around you are dead, and you know that you are good. You don't have to waste any extra points. You don't have to recollect your perks. You're good. You are completely safe as if you never went down. Pair these 3 perks, Victorious Tortoise, Dying Wish, and Time Slip, dude, you may never go down on Black Ops 4 ever. Your Victorious Tortoise will save you while you're getting hit when you have your shield out. If your shield breaks and you go down, well, your Dying Wish will pick you back up, and then your Time Slip will recharge your Dying Wish much faster for you, so you're basically never going to go down with those 3 perks. And coming in at our number 1 spot, you guys already know exactly what it is. It is the greatest perk of all time, and it is the one that we have missed out the absolute most. It is Juggernog. Juggernog is very simple. It will just allow you to basically take double the amount of hits that you previously could without Juggernog. It is the best perk of all time. It is classic, it is iconic, it is basically all that the progression of zombies is. As the zombies' health gets higher, your health also needs to get higher as well. Juggernog is perfect, it's iconic. I may be going off way too much on Juggernog and it may not deserve the number 1 spot, but in my opinion, it's the best perk of all time. Hell, they made a mini fridge out of it. So there you have it. That is my list of every single Treyarch perk ranked in order from worst to best. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If you agree or disagree with my list, just let me know. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Share the video with your friends. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.